Welcome to Grandpa Reads Poetry. This may sound daft, but I find that reading a poem every day, and I find myself doing that nowadays, I find it very therapeutic, very calming. It heals the troubled mind. How? Well, I think poetry puts new ideas into my head. It puts beautiful new images into my head, and it all has a very calming effect. Just to listen to the voice of another person expressing things, usually in a very beautiful and unusual way, is to me extremely helpful. And I feel the beneficial effect of being exposed to poetry on a daily basis. And I thoroughly recommend it to anyone else. Try it, why not? It's not difficult just to pick up a poem and read a few lines and see if it helps you at all, whether it might just be a little calming influence, perhaps. Today, I'm going to try and demonstrate by reading a few extracts from that wonderful, astonishing, ancient poetess, Sappho, one of the very first examples of poetry, of written poetry anyway, in the Western world that we have today. Her voice speaks to us from over 2,500 years ago. She was born in ancient Greece on the island of Lesbos around the year 630 BC, 2,600 years ago, in other words. And yet some of the things she says are beautiful, totally relatable to today. She talks about love, relationships, feelings like longing, anger, love, desire. They're totally relevant today. And it's just so amazing that this person was writing such things so long ago. In Britain, 2,500 years ago, I mean, sure, we'd been exposed to at a later date to Greek and Roman poetry, but 2,500 years ago, I'm pretty sure nobody was writing poetry. They may have been speaking a very rudimentary poetry. We don't even really know what language people were speaking in this country that long ago. But in ancient Greece, they already had a beautiful language, and they were putting it to good use. And these extracts that I'm going to read, they're fragments. Nearly all of Sappho's poetry, apart from one poem, is in fragments, literally pieces of papyrus that were found in strange places like ancient Egypt, wrapped around Egyptian mummies, that sort of thing. We're very lucky to have any of Sappho's works. So much of it may have been destroyed, some deliberately perhaps by later for religious purposes, who knows, but the fragments we have still speak to us very powerfully, very beautifully, I think. And I'm going to read a few examples. I'm going to start with the main poem that we have from Sappho that's pretty much complete and is very beautiful in itself. Here we are. Deathless Aphrodite of the spangled mind, child of Zeus, who twists lures, I beg you, do not break with hard pains, O lady, my heart. But come here, if ever before you You caught my voice far off, and listening, left your father's golden house and came. Yoking your car and fine birds, brought you quick sparrows over the black earth, whipping their wings down the sky through mid-air. They arrived, but you, O Blessed One, smiled in your deathless face and asked, what, now again? I have suffered, and why, now again, I am calling out. And what I want to happen most of all in my crazy heart. Whom should I persuade, now again, to lead you back into her love? Who, O Sappho, is wronging you? For if she flees, soon she will pursue. If she refuses gifts, rather will she give them. If she does not love, soon she will love, even unwilling. Come to me now, loose me from hard care, and all my heart longs to accomplish. You be my ally. That's all. That's the one complete poem we have from Sappho. Here's a nice poem. It's only a fragment, but here we are. Here to me from Crete to this holy temple, where is in your graceful grove of apple trees and altars smoking with frankincense, and in it cold water makes a clear sound through apple branches and with roses. The whole place is shadowed, and down from radiant shaking leaves sleep comes dropping. And in it a horse meadow has come into bloom, with spring flowers and breezes like honey are blowing. In this place you, Cyprus, taking up in gold cups delicately, nectar mingled with festivities, pour. Isn't that lovely? And here's another fragment. Just a fragment, just words, but they speak to us. To give, yet of the glorious, of the beautiful and good, you of pain, blame, swollen, you take your fill. For my thinking not thus is arranged, nor all night long. I am aware of evil doing. Other minds, blessed ones. What was going through the writer's mind, I wonder? All this. O Cyprus and Nereida, undamaged, I pray you, grant my brother to arrive here, and all that in his heart he wants to be, make it be, and all the wrong he did before, loose it, make him a joy to his friends, a pain to his enemies, and let there exist for us not one single further sorrow. May he willingly give his sister her portions of honour, but sad pain, grieving for the past. Sometimes the way she expresses things is just so beautiful. I find it astonishing. How about this? Some men say an array of horse, and some men say an array on foot, and some men say an array of ships is the most beautiful thing on the black earth. But I say it is what you love. Easy to make this understood by all. For she who overcame everyone in beauty, Helen, left her fine husband behind and went sailing to Troy. Not for her children nor her dear parents had she a thought. No, he led her astray, for lightly it reminded me now of Anactoria, who is gone. Just a fragment, but such a wonderful image for this. I would rather see her lovely step and the motion of light on her face than chariots of Lydians or ranks of foot soldiers in arms. Amazing. All this. Close to me now as I pray, Lady, hear her. May your gracious form appear, to which the sons of Atreus prayed, glorious kings. They were very many prizes, first at Troy, then on the sea, and set out for here, but could not complete the road, until they called on you and Zeus as suppliants, and Tyone's lovely child. Now be gentle, and help me too, as of old. Just one more. I'd like to find a good one. There's some of these are just single words written on a scrap of papyrus. Here we are. Yes, you were a child once. To me sing these things, talk to us, give us your grace, for we go to a wedding, and surely you know this. But as soon as possible, send the girls away. May gods have a road to great Olympus for men. I just think Sappho, she started lyrical poetry, and she's still a wonderful, wonderful voice. It makes me feel better now than I was when I started this little reading. I hope it makes you feel better too. Ask yourself how you feel now. Thank you for listening today.